Hello students, welcome to example 5 of week 6. In this example we will be making this part. So there are multiple ways of approaching this part. You can start with the top view, and when doing the top view you can draw the whole thing, or you can mirror it. You can also put like features like the edge blends and so on in the sketch, or you can put it in when with the 3D modeling features. Or you can even start with the side view with these little arm thingies, and that is how I'm going to do this video. I'm going to start with those. So I'm just going to start a sketch on the front view, and then I'm just going to start by just drawing the arms with the profile tool. So just roughly putting in its shape. Like this something, and yeah, okay. So I'm going to just connect these 2 points here, and then I'm just going to delete some of the constraints NX put in on its own, and put in some of my own constraints. So right, so this is a weird tangent constraint to put in, which I don't want. Yeah, so I'm going to delete it. Then this line, it should be horizontal, so I'm going to put in that constraint. Then here these 2 lines should be tangent. Then this line should be vertical, and then these 2 should also be tangent. Right, then I'm just going to put it roughly in the correct position. So you can see from the sketch that the upper part of that arm should be on the x-axis. So I'm just going to align those points. Right, and then these the width of the arm is 10. So I'm going to put that dimension in, and it should also be 10 over here. Right, and well, since it says 10 typical, well, I know the whole thing should be 10, so I'm also going to just put in a 10 dimension between these 2 lines as well. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull this one a little bit that it looks correctly. Okay, then I'm going to insert some of the other dimensions. So okay, the distance between the y-axis and that line there is 25. So I'm going to insert that 25. Right. Yeah. Then also the distance between the x-axis and the top part is 40. So between this line and this line is 40. Okay. Now for the radiuses, radii. So this inner one is 5 and the outer one is 15. So all these arms are well, they are the same, so I'm just drawing one. So this radius should be 5, and this one should be 15. Then these 2, the inner one is 15 and the outer one is 25. Okay, so I have most of the dimensions, and now it says that my sketch is fully constrained with 2 auto dimensions. So the 2 auto dimensions that I have left is the length of this little bit of the arm and also this one. So for now I'm just going to put in a dimension, because the arm is going to connect with this outer piece, and yeah, so I'm just going to extend it enough so that it will connect at the end. And I might have to adjust these values later so that it connects correctly, but we will see when we get there. So I'm just going to put in like, yeah, 5 is fine for now, and this one I'm going to make like 10. Right, okay, then I'm just going to say finish. Okay, so now I'm going to extrude these. So I'm going to use the symmetric value, and then also it should be 10, since here at the top part of the sketch it also says 10 typical, so all of these parts are 10, the width. So 10, and then yeah, that's everything is fine. Then I'm going to pattern these. So circular pattern, I'm just going to select the feature, it's the extrude, the vector is the upward one, and the point I'm going to specify the origin, and I want 4 of them and in the circle, so 360 degrees. And then I'm going to say okay. Right, so this part is done then. Then I'm going to go on with drawing the top part. So I'm just going to start a new sketch, select the top. Okay, and I'm just going to hide the extrude and the pattern for now so that it's not in my way. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the top part, and I'm going to leave out most of the edge planes so that I can do them later using the 3D modeling features. So I'm going to also use the profile tool, and also I'm just going to draw half of it and then extrude it and everything and mirror it at the end. So I'm just starting with this, yeah, something like that. So I'm also not inserting that ray arc there, since I can also just insert it using an edge plane later. Right, I'm just going to align these points. And then also here on the sketch it shows that this arc's midpoint is at the sketch origin. So I'm just going to insert that. Alright, and then dimension, so this arc is 75 millimeters its radius. And then we have this 105 dimension from this midpoint to this line here. Okay. So yeah, now I'm going to do the inner parts. So yeah, I'm going to make these lines just long enough so that it extends and meets the parts that we already extruded. So I'm going to first just start with this side. I'm going to insert that arc there. Its radius is 65 and its midpoint is the midpoint of the sketch, so 65. I'm just going to insert it here. Right, then I'm going to insert the rest of the lines. So let me just check. Yeah. So I'm just going to make something like this and then continue here. Alright, and I'm just going to make this line horizontal. Okay, so yeah, basically since this side is only half of the side, it's only half of the dimension, so it should be half of that 10. So this dimension should then be 5. Similar for this side, it should also just be 5. but then for the top one, it should be the whole 10 width. And then also for this one, I'm just going to say, you can see from here that it is well, the width is in the center, so it's 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. So I'm just going to select the midpoint of this line and the midpoint here, and just put them in line. Okay, and yeah, I did put in the dimension. Then also I should obviously insert the 10 thicknesses for the rest of the parts. So here it should also be 10, and then also here it should be 10. Alright, so here there's only 3 auto dimensions left, and is basically this, this, and this. So I should put in dimensions for these, and now I'm going to just unhide that extrude. I accidentally hit my sketch, so unhide the extrude and just make sure that this length is long enough so that it intersects with the extrude I made here. Okay, accidentally put in a constraint that I don't want, so I'm just going to delete that. Right. So and also I don't want it to extend too much into the part where it arcs, so that yeah, then it's going to look weird and not be correct. So for this, I'm just going to put in 22. Since it extends just into the straight part of this arm. And then for this side, I'm going to insert the dimension. I'm just going to define it from this point till this point, and I'm just going to make it 52. And then this side here, so at the moment it's too long, so I'm just going to make it less. I'm going to make it like maybe 12. Yeah, 12 is fine. Okay, so I can finish the sketch now and extrude these parts along, or I'm just going to what I'm going to do now is just sketch also the parts for this bottom part and that circle there at the top and this cylinder here. Yeah, so you do it with 2 sketches if because the sketch is going to look a little cluttered maybe, or maybe confusing, but I think it's just easier if you just have 1 sketch. When extruding, you should just make sure to select the correct parts. So I'm going to insert this. I'm going to use a profile tool and just insert this part there. So I'm going to start. So just one thing, here there is like this bottom part that is like straight, so I will need a straight line here for that. So I'm going to insert that straight line, and then I'm going to insert the rest of the lines. So I'm just going to start it on this line here and extend it, and then insert the arc there, and then I'm going to extend the line again to here. Right, then I'm just going to, yeah, it is tangent here, so that's fine. So let me just check the dimensions. This arc, its radius is 30, and also it shows that its midpoint is in the sketch origin. So I'm just going to insert that. So this is its midpoint, right, and then its dimension should be 30. Okay, so the sketch is once again fully constrained, so that's good. So now I'm just going to continue and also put in the arc. So I'm not going to put in a whole circle, just an arc, since I'm going to mirror it for this circle here, and also for this cylinder here. So the first one is a radius of 15. So I'm just going to, and also its center point is the sketch origin. So I put in the 15, select this line and then that line. And sometimes when you select the lines, NX does not select the lines, so I'm going to have to go do it. And now it is accidentally inserted a constraint for me, so I'm just going to say Control Z. So just putting this point on that line, also for this point to, there we go. And yeah, it's 15. And I do have one auto dimension at the moment. Okay, so it didn't actually select center point. That's kind of irritating. But yeah, right, now it's fixed. And then the inner cylinder part, its radius or its diameter is 20. So then its radius obviously is 10. So 10. And then once again, I should just put these points actually on the line. And then also for this side. Okay, and then the sketch is fully constrained again. So that's good. And then I'm going to click finish. Okay, now I'm going to start extruding. So there's going to be quite a few extrudes. So I'm just going to start with this. Yeah, okay, so NX selected what the things I want to extrude. So I'm just going to click the reset button there at the top, and yeah, I'm going to change my selection to region boundary curves, and I'm going to start with this outer part here and also this little part there. Yeah, so each time it is 10 the thickness, and it starts from the X and it goes down the 10. So I'm just going to, since at the moment my direction is upward, so I'm just going to reverse it. And then I'm also going to say, so the dimension should be 10. And, yeah. And it's currently just going to unite with this little arm. It can't unite with like multiple at the same time. So I'm just going to have to unite it later. And I don't know where my extrude is. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what NX thought I wanted to subtract instead of uniting. So yeah, that was a little weird. I'm just going to put it on unite, and yeah, then it will be good, right? So that's better. I'm actually just going to change something. I'm not going to put it on unite. I'm just going to put it on none, because when I want to mirror this part later, then if it was united with this one, it might be weird. So I'll just do the uniting with these arms later. Okay. So I did this part. Then I'm going to first do the edge planes. So this one, this edge plane, this one, and this one, they are the same. They are a radius of 5. So edge plane. Just going to, yeah. So it's this okay. This one and this one, and then just say it should be 5, and then okay, cool. Then I'm going to do for these ones. I'm also going to use edge planes. It's just the or the order in which I do it is very important, otherwise it won't work. So I'm going to start with the inside. Now, since the outside radius is 40, and yeah, the width of the walls is 10, then obviously the inside radius should be 30. So I'm going to put in edge planes of 30 for these two inside corners, so this one and this one. So, and then also you can see it meets quite nicely there. So yeah, so that's correct then. and then I can do this outside one. If I were to do the outside one first, then it would have had a problem because the edge plane is bigger than the piece of wall you have there, so that would be incorrect. Okay, so the outside is 40. Okay, so it's kind of starting to look like this part actually. So now I'm going to just do this bottom L piece. So first I'm just going to extrude, okay, so I need to extrude that part, but I didn't actually put in a vertical line there, so I won't be able to do it. So I'm just going to have to edit my sketch. So I'm just going to double click on it, and then I'm just going to extend this line. So just start at this point there. Okay, they didn't actually select my point, but that's fine. So first I have to make this line horizontal, and then I'm just going to say that this point and this point should be coincident. Okay, yeah, good. So the line is in and the sketch is fully constrained. And now it wants to, since the sketch changed, some of these things changed. So I'm just going to have to edit my extrude to also include this part, and then it's okay. And then I'm just going to say no again, and yeah, now everything is fine. So there is no like red marks or something here, so everything is fine. Right, then yeah, continue where I was. I'm going to extrude the out piece, going to select this little part there. I'm just going to reset it. When you selected it, once you select the face of the extrude, which I don't want, I just want it to select the actual sketch. Right. Also, its direction should be not upward but downward, and then I'm going to make this one unite, and then the dimension should be, so from the X it is 40 downward, so 40. Okay. Then I'm going to extrude this part, so I'm going to use the extrude. Now you should just be sure to select the correct parts. I'm just going to hide the extrude for now. So it should be this part, this part, this part, and this part, all of them. Okay, and then so it should also be downward, and its thickness is 10, so it's going to be extruded from 30 to 40, and then I want to unite it with this one. There you go. Right, then I'm going to extrude this cylinder there, so it's the inner one here, and then its dimensions should be, so basically it is this whole distance. I'm just going to make it from negative 40 to positive 40. And then I'm going to just unite it with this one. Okay, then I still need this circle here, so I'm going to extrude it. Then I'll select this circle. Okay, so its dimensions is also 10 thick, and yeah, it goes to the top, so it should go to the 40 from 30, and then I'm going to unite it with this body. Right, okay, so it looks a little weird here because all of these parts aren't united, but it will look better once we unite it. So I think I have everything now. Now I can just mirror this outer part. So I'm going to select the mirror feature, and then I have to select all of the parts or of the extrusion, everything that makes up this part. So I'm just going through my history here and selecting all of the parts that is part of it. So all of these extrudes, this edge planes, that extrude, and also it's important you should also select the sketch, otherwise the extrude won't work. Okay, and then my plane around which I want to mirror it. it is this one here, the XZ plane, XZ plane, and then yeah, I'm going to say okay, so it's extruded. I mean it is mirrored. Now it just looks kind of funny with all of the sketches, so I'm going to hide them. Now you'll see that now here's another sketch. It is the sketch we mirrored, and well, there's nothing here for me to hide it, so I'm just going to go here in this option. It is show and hide, so here you can just go and hide all of the sketches at the same time. Okay, so now I just have to unite a bunch of stuff. So I'm first going to start with this and this part, the basically the two halves of the body. So you will see when we unite it, those weird lines go away. So now I just have to also unite all of the arms. So unfortunately you have to unite each one like separately. So yeah, last arm. Okay, now it's one body. Now I can go and apply the material. So it was specified to be tungsten. I just select the body, and also you can see now I selected the body and the whole thing is orange, so now everything is united. So tungsten. Okay, so the material is applied. Now I just go and check out the properties. So I select the body. So my selection criteria here at the top is solid body, otherwise it like selects every face, and yeah, that's not what we want. We want to select the whole body. Okay, so I'm just going to show the surface area, the center of mass, the mass, and the radii of gyration. And then I can just also quickly compare it to the memo part. So so first the surface area, well, that's like exactly the same. Then the center of mass, that also looks the same, and the mass 3.9807 is the same, and the radii of gyration is also the same. So yeah, now I know my part is correct, and yeah, so that is then it for this example. Just for a last note, so you can see this is my model history when I created the spot now, and this is the model history when I created it originally. So you can see it's not exactly the same, so there are definitely multiple ways of doing the same part. Some are a little shorter and some are a little longer, but yeah, it's the same part at the end. So I hope you also try this part, and yeah, good luck with the rest of the examples.